Welcome back to the channel and for watching these videos as always. Today you see me back at Morgan Marine in Brighton-on-Sea looking at this 2020 Mary Fisher 895 with twin Honda 150 horsepower engines. As you can see, the hull is actually got a blue wrap. So the previous owner wanted to find a legend example, but he couldn't, so he bought the best 895 Mary Fisher he could buy and had this blue wrap put on. I'm not completely convinced by it, if I'm being honest, but the boat, as you'll see, is stunning. So inside you can see it's pretty clean. The only thing that puts me off slightly is that with the Honda engines, all the dials are analog, whereas in the 855 we looked at previously with the Suzuki engines, it was all digital. But what this has got, as you can see, is all the fake teak everywhere, and more importantly, it's been kept really clean. You have a side door there, you might have missed there just to get on the boat. You've got a cockpit shower. You can see the chairs, just like the 855, are on runners, and all the cushions, all the carpets are in great condition. It has the same under-seating storage as the 855 had, and actually the galley itself is a very similar setup, except at the very bottom of this cabinetry, rather than just have a big storage void, you'll see there's a microwave, and I'll open those doors in just a minute. And when you open that microwave, it looks like it's hardly ever been used. It's clean as anything, as is the fridge, which you will also see. And interestingly, on the fridge as well, it also has a freezer box, which I didn't have on my 780, so I can see that would be very useful for when you're going to be away for the weekend. Put some frozen produce in there. But as you can see, everything is spotlessly clean. If I go forward, so you can see the dials there. I'm not completely convinced by having analog dials in a 2020 boat. Pretty grey day out there and windy. You can see the demisters there for the windscreen, and if I go down into the full part of the boat, I'm going to go into the spare bedroom. So it's under the sole of the cockpit, so of the saloon. But see, some of those covers and are still in their plastic coverings, but everything clicks and closes and opens with a nice satisfying clunk and click. If I go into the master bedroom, straight away you'll see all the seats. The TV's also mounted on there, and I really like that headboard where you've got all the material above. Webasto heater just to the left there. Lots of storage all around the front of the boat. But compared to the previous boats I've looked at, this is absolutely spotless. As you can tell, everything's shiny. And inside here, it doesn't actually have a hanger for inside the hang locker, but you can see piping, and I'll pull back in a second for the heating, for the Webasto heating. And you can actually lift the bed up, and you've got loads of storage under there, but I didn't show you that. And if I go into the heads compartment, as I just slide shut the door from the bedroom, once more you can see that this is beautifully clean, has been really well detailed actually. You lift the cover up and you've got the toilet underneath there for Jabsco toilet. Again, no scum marks anywhere there. You've got the holder above my head, as you can see, for the shower, but you've got lots of headroom, which was one of the big niggles in my other boats. You have an access panel to get to behind the cockpit dashboard. The toilet roll is actually tucked away inside this cupboard so it can't get wet if you're using it as a shower room. Nice big bowl, and you have the pull out shower in there as well, and a bit more storage in this little bit there that you can't quite see, but it's another useful bit of storage, and you can get some of the systems in there as well. So as I pull that out, I thought I was being clever, just making sure it all fits up there nicely, which it does, but it looks like the spring that would typically retract that. It's not working, so I'll have to feed it back manually by hand. Not a big thing, but it's just one of those little jobs if I was to buy this boat that I'd want to get sorted. And then once I put this back, I'm just checking the wiring behind the dashboard just to make sure that there's no issues we can see with crimped wires or broken wires, fraying wires. And actually these little chrome catches were very, very satisfying in terms of they really clicked into place. You can't quite see it in this picture, but it's exactly as it left the factory. The condition of this boat I cannot fault whatsoever, except perhaps for that wrap, which did have that small tear on the front. Everything else is absolutely superb. No major cracks or anything in any of the GRP. As you can see, it's quite thick, the divides in the whole superstructure there. If I go outside, you'll also see that fake teak is continued along the side decks up onto the bow. Nice sturdy handrails, big side cleats as well. That's something that was missing on my previous boat, but looks really, really smart actually. And when I open the chain locker, it's got the remote control in there, but I believe it also has a remote control on the dashboard for the chain as well. Everything looks standard there, but I like the fact it's on a gas ram, so it doesn't just fall down. It closes with a nice satisfying click. No marks on the foredeck. You can see the Garmin system there. Is it Garmin? I think it is a Garmin. And the twin sunroofs. No problems with the sealer under the windscreen, and no delamination with the glue. You can clearly see the demisters as well inside the screen there. Big pantograph wipers, all in good condition, no fading or flaking of the paint. But a really, really good looking boat, really well presented, exactly how I'd expect to see something presented for the kind of money that's being asked for here. But that's this one done. Let me know in the comments what you think, and tell me if you think I should be buying it. Until next time, take care. Bye bye.